Okay, inverse functions.
Inverse. What's the inverse?
No.
I wasn't touch the mouse. A lot of paper.
So, inverse functions are functions that undo each other or interchange the x and the y.
Sorry, guys.
Does anybody remember what function notation is?
You.
I can't remember that.
I equals mx plus b.
X squared plus x. You're thinking of slope-intercept form. Huh?
This right here, f of x.
Yes, yes, f of x. Good. Nice. That's function notation, f of x. It could be a g of x, it could be any letter of x. That's function notation. You need to see the function. So the function, inverse function notation, conversely, is going to look like this. It's not really an exponent, but it's in the place where that exponent goes. That's inverse function. Yes, that's a -1. This is just a notation, just showing that it's an inverse function. Let me make that a little bit clearer. I think it's hopefully that's okay. So we're going to graph this function on number 1. What kind of a shape will this function be?
A slope. A line.
I've heard several people say a line. How do we know that it's a line?
Because the y-intercept of the slope.
It's in slope-intercept form. Anything else? So, is there an x squared here?
No.
No. Is there a square root there?
No.
Any x cubed or anything? No, it's just plain x. Okay. So when we've got that x and that y, or if it was just an x or a y, that's that means it's a line. Okay. When you have a different exponent on that x, then that makes a different shape. So this is going to be a line, and this is slope-intercept form. So what is my y-intercept on this line? 1. So do I put it on the y-axis or the x-axis? The y-axis. Really common to put it on the x-axis.
What's my back now?
Okay, so graphing this line, graph the line. So we start with the y-intercept. What's the slope of this line?
-1/2.
-1/2. So -1/2. I can put, it's right over run. That's right. Good. And so that -1, can I put it like this? Can I make it -1/2? Could I write it like this? 1/-2?
Yes, you can.
Could I put the negative on the top and the bottom?
No, that's bad.
Because
That would make it positive.
So on the top or the bottom. So we're either going to go up 1, left 2, or we're going to go down 1, right 2. Okay, use your ruler now to graph that line. So do it on your paper, please.
Wow.
Okay, so So this says to use the mirror line to draw the inverse function. The mirror line, or the line of symmetry, is y equals x. If we are graphing y equals x, I'm going to do that in black. What is my y-intercept on the line y equals x?
Oh, 2. Negative 2. 2.
What's my y-intercept on the line y equals x? 0. The only number I can add here would be 0. So my y-intercept is 0. What's my slope? 1. The number in front of x is assumed to be 1, which is 1 over 1. Up 1, right 1, or down 1, left 1. So now we're going to draw that line. That's my mirror line, or my line of symmetry. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to take a point on the red line. It's always going to be the line y equals x. Is that your Cohen? It's always going to be the line y equals x. Always. Because we're interchanging the x and the y to do inverses. So we're going to take a point on the red line. So what is a point on the red line? Back there. Oh, actually, back there. What's the point on the red line?
2, 0.
2, 0. Good. So we're going to take the 2, 0, and we are going to interchange the x and the y. So my inverse is going to be 0, 2. So all I did was switch the x and the y. Does that make sense? But that's part of the definition of inverse. So I'm going to graph that point, 0, 2. And then I'm going to find another point on the red line. So what's another point on the red line? This group here. Negative 2, 2. Good. So negative 2, 2. So 2, negative 2 would be in your inverse point. Does that make sense? Once again, what did I do to get that inverse point?
How does this other flip the red?
How did I get from here to here? I switched the x and the y. So I'm finding points on my red line. So now I'm taking the point 2, negative 2, and then I'm making a line with this. It's problematic up here, so I'm asking you to use your ruler, but you're right. So we're just going to have it off for okay, so the hardest part on this one is writing the equation of the line. So I'm going to try to move it over just a little bit, see if they can see it a little better.
Oh, turn back on. You fixed it.
Okay, so this blue line, the equation of this blue line is it's an inverse line. So we're going to use the notation F inverse of x. What is my y-intercept on that blue line? Y-intercept is 2. So this is where the y-intercept goes here. What's my slope on that line? A hand, please, for the slope on the blue line. -2, that's right. So you notice you can go down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, or up 2, left 1. That's hard to see by the way I drew it, but it's up here. So that's the equation of my new line. That'll be the hardest part. So, good question. So that mirror line, you're going to have an answer key right now, but if you did not have an answer key, you would not be able to tell that there are mirror images over that line. So that helps you see whether you've done it right or not. I just can't even move this. I'm sorry. I was going to try to move it so you guys could see it better over there, but I just can't do it. No, thank you. Okay, so once again, that red line was the original. Our mirror line is the blue. We start with the y-intercept 2, and then the slope up 2, left 1, so -2. Questions on that? So if you're having trouble graphing points and graphing lines, this is going to be hard for you. Yeah. It is. It's the same every time. So see how it's, and this one is harder to see. If I drew my points really, you can see that like this red here is when it's reflected, it's this part here, this blue up here. This red here, when it's reflected, it's this blue down here. This one is a little harder to see. On the next one, you'll see that it's a little easier to see. That it's a reflection over that line. Okay, moving on to number 3. Oops. Hey, what is my
Oh wait, no, sorry. 3. Wait, that's not in.
I know.
Well.
Thank you. 3's down here. Thank you, Dexter. So is this in a slope-intercept form? No. What can we do to get into slope-intercept form? No, you don't. You can't because you don't have another side is f of x. We want to leave it. Just divide. Yeah. Just simplify it. What's 4 divided by 5 is 4/5. -20 over 5? 4. -4. So 4/5 x minus 4. So what is my y-intercept here, this group? Can you guys see that? You can't see over here at all. Well, on your paper, look at it. Number 3. It's a -4, right? Okay. So -4 is my y-intercept. If you want to move to another seat, there's a couple of seats. That's everybody else. So -4, let's do it in red since I did the first one in red. So we're starting with -4, and what's my slope? Here in this group, what's my slope? Your slope is the number in front of x. Yes. So how do I get from the -4 to that 4/5? Where do I go from that -4? Rise over 1. So I'm going to rise up 4, and then to the right 5. That makes sense? So now you graph your line. So you should be doing this on your paper. Okay, so we get a point. What is this group right here? What is a point on the red line? 5, 0. Okay, so we're going to take 5, 0 and get the inverse. What's the inverse? 0, 5. And so then another point that is on this line besides 5, 0, this group here. Another point on the red line. Good. 0, -4. What would be your inverse?
Oh, wait, it's the opposite. -4, 0.
Yep. So -4, 0, and then we draw that line. So I'm going to draw the mirror line. Y equals x. Sure. This one's a little easier to see. That the red is reflected over the black one. What do you have a question on, Colin?
Why when you 5 at the top, why is it -4?
when I did what at the top? For this. So this here, this point 0, -4 is right here. I just switched the X and the Y. So you can see that it is reflection over that. This one's easier to see. The last one was harder to see. It's always Y, yes, Y equals X. Always Y equals X. Same line every time, Y equals X. Okay, are you ready to do a U try? Yeah, do the U try. Oh, we didn't do the equation, sorry. That's the hardest part. Let's do the equation. So on the blue line, we want to find the equation of the line. So this group here. Do I have to have this in this notation? Yes. And then what's this group here? Somebody besides Derek. What is my y-intercept? For the blue line.
-4. Wait, no. You're a liar.
The y-intercept.
Oh, it's the y-intercept. Wait,
5. So it's +5. And then what's your slope?
4.
Your slope is going to be up 5 over 4. So 5/4 x. Do I have to put the x there? Yes, it has to have the x there.
That's straight turn off again.
Okay, go ahead and do the U try.
Spazzing out. No, I said it. We should try this course.
So go ahead and do the U try. I want you to do the U try. Please help each other. Group yourself.
No.
You do the U try. We're going to stay number 4. Straight to the U try.
Rise over run, I think, right?
What's so funny over there?
You left your better slide when he never.
You see,
On stop your flight on here. Stop your flight on here. You're gonna be walking more too. Asian strike. Fuck, you know, a lot of me and they was Tia, but when I saw it, he didn't know if he thought it. If he thought of it. It's bad for business. I'm a such.
we're gonna start learning here. Duck, Derek, duck.
Sorry. Yeah. You can add that, by the way. It's clean. Was this what you did? No. Yeah. It's a leak though. That's what I threw. No, that's what you don't have to around with your life. I swear. I thought that's what No, it didn't. It happened. Yours is red. No, I swear, he felt it. I felt it hit my head and I felt it. No, I actually hit that very natural number. Yeah, I threw a brown one. I thought it was a red one. Yeah, shit disappeared. Look at me. They stayed up the boy. Oh, no, that's over. You sit down anywhere, anytime during this class. You're such a good boy. Look at me. Walk over there, good boy. Walk back, good boy. You sit down in that chair. You're such a good boy. Pick up your bag. Walk out that door. I'll go to the bathroom if you're such a good boy. Walk out that door. Go to the bathroom if you're a good boy. Never mind. What do I? This one. So I start with the 1 and 2, right? So I wait. So I got the pass. Got the pass. Such a good boy. Such a good boy. So I don't like roll down 1 over 2. So go down 1 over 2.
So a lot of you are having trouble with graphing lines.
How do you get the other line? So -2. Oh, and then it just goes across. Oh no, no. Positive goes oh God.
Okay, so we have not drawn the second line yet. I just drew the line y equals x. Always y equals x. So this is the third line. Thank you, those of you sitting quietly. Will is passing out the worksheet, so if you got that right, then you can get started. So my inverse equation line, I need to take a thank you, those of you who are sitting quietly. So my inverse equation line, I take a point on the red line. So -4, 0. What's my inverse point? 0, -4. So I'm going to make that in blue. Okay, some of you are not paying attention, and that's fine if you don't want to pay attention, but I need you to sit quietly so other people see. So 0, -4. So over here in this group, okay, I'm going to pick another point on the line. 2, -3. What's my inverse point? Yes, -3, 2. So you're just switching them. So now we have enough information to draw our line. So we want to find the equation of that line. That's the hardest part. We have to do an F inverse. My y-intercept is -4, so that's where the -4 comes from. And my slope would be up 4, left 2, so -2, or up 8, left 4. Let's see, left 3. Oh, 6 over -3. Sorry. Up 6 over -3. Which would be -2. Okay? That's the hardest part, is writing that equation to that line.